Hello, my name is John Barr, and I'm here to show you how to open a previously centered ball of clay. Why does anybody want to know how to open a ball of clay? Because you just centered it and now you got to open it. And everybody wants to open a ball of clay. And in all my years of giving demonstrations, this is the part of the process that fascinates people so. So now, to open a ball of clay, many neophytes try to stuff their finger right down through the center of this, but that's not the way you do it. If you watch, by pushing slightly off center and going down, you can almost see this corkscrew coming out. You're going to go straight down, whereas if you try to push the center, it's going to grab you and twist you. And like always, I want to point out that when you're touching the clay, it's someplace between 4 o'clock and 3 o'clock when you touch it. Why? Something about the angle of attack, I can't give you an exact scientific reason, but that's where it is.
Right.
So now we've opened up. There's many different methods of opening. Some people use this thumb method, like this. Doesn't work for big ones. I do it like this, like a gun sight. I call it the gun sight method. I also get on my knees at this point. Show humility. So we're going to get it wet. We're going to lock in here. Now I don't cork, I go in a little tighter than that, but also I'm going to take my eyes off this while I'm doing it, and that it may corkscrew a little bit, it may not. So now I'm going down. And by going off center a little bit, I'm driving approximately towards the center. Okay, so that's about all I can reach right now. Checking to see it, and I missed a little. I'm going to compress that rim, and I'm going to shoot again. And I'm going to watch. Down I go. Now you can take all the time you want to do this. You don't have to push all at once, but I get better results by pushing down hard and fast and trusting that I'm going to go straight down. Now it's hard for this to see, and this is where, if you ever should somehow get to my studio and have me teach you in person, I can throw this with your hands, and after you've centered for a while on your own and opened, all of a sudden I can make a light bulb go off in your head by throwing with your hands. Okay, now I'm going to go clear to the bat, because I think this is going to be a planter. And that way I can skip some of the needle tool stuff. Now I'm clear to the bottom. What I'm going to do now, if you think of this as a U, and I'm going to cut underneath straight across the bat laterally. And this happens from curling my fingers under like this, just above the bat. Now I'm digging straight across. Now I'm going to straighten my fingers like that and pull up. Now what's happening here is my fingers are forming a wedge, and kind of like a plow, kind of like a farmer's plow, or think in terms of skiing, or kind of hydroplaning. Fingers on the inside. I'm only touching right in here. And I got an angle like this, and this hand like that. So as you corkscrew up, you're forcing a little column of clay to go up. Try to use as little water as possible, just enough to break the friction. Now I'm still at rather a high rate of speed, and so once I get past the 1 inch thickness level, I'll probably start slowing down a little. But you can see I'm grabbing a nice big column of clay. Now I'm going to cut again. I'm cutting this direction towards the wall. And I've done it on knuckles width. Now I'm flattening that out. And I kind of went off center. Now I'm going to lock in here, cut again and really concentrate on staying locked in. That corrected things a little. I got about a 1-inch thick bottom. If you don't want to, you can actually go ahead and drive all the way through every time and fill it later if you don't like stopping for checking things with needle tools or. Okay, now I don't know if the cameraman should try to peek down through the center of this and look at what we got at the bottom. So you can see that that could have been a better shot down, but it was a big ball. I'm also in a hurry, so excuses. But we are running right now about 1 inch thick. And I'm going to do one more thinning run. And then we probably have to break. So now I'm really locking in. This whole thing's about elbows, keeping your elbows in, staying over the pot because you can slide, and you're pulling straight up. And so if you do it like this, you act like a compass, you pull straight in your chest, that's the ticket. So I'm getting locked in, I'm over it. I'm gonna really squeeze hard, I'm grabbing really hard at the bottom, trying to yank up as much clay as I can without twisting out. As I go up, I'm decreasing pressure. The bottom, both hands are really hitting it. At the top, my right hand is the main power. And now I'm really letting up. Now I've got this huge column of clay at the top. I'm going to give it a little more power. And you can see that little rivet forming up here. I'm going to compress this. If you keep chasing after this and compressing this rim, later on you won't end up using your needle tool to trim away this excess. Because you can just cut this top, but if you compress throughout the process, you won't have to trim away all that hard-earned anti-gravity clay way up at the top. And so I would say we are nearing the end. The opening process, but I can't emphasize enough about traveling slowly and evenly up. The slower you go here, the more cycles you have, more revolutions are between each pass, the more you're going to ride true, the more clay you can move to the top without a lot of power. Right now I'm not using very much power. So I would say that we have now completed the opening and initial cylinder pull.